Okay, we'll see what's going on here. We'll see what's going on. All right. Okay, so I am trying to do a simulcast, and going to do a simulcast on Instagram and YouTube at the same time, and just getting started here. So let's see if I can get this a little bit better down here, maybe. There we go. Cut off my head there. Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you there. LTG, Lego Train, Justin Little. I tell you what, I'm doing a simulcast on Instagram and on YouTube, and we're going to see how it turns out here. So I'm just trying to get everything all set, and see if you can hear me. It's the resort's going well, Lego Train guy. It's going well. Tasman, how you doing, my friend? I am on YouTube as well. So if you want to go to YouTube and watch me over there, you'll get a different view. I'm trying to do a simulcast, and I need to know, can you guys hear me on Instagram? If you can, someone say yes. If you can, that'd be great. If you can hear me, hey, Chilean Lego fan, good to see you. Can you hear me, Chilean Lego fan, on YouTube? Can you hear me? I'm trying to make sure that everybody can hear me. All right, good. Because this is the first time I have tried. I'm not sure if Chilean Lego fan can hear me. Let's see. Yep. Okay, good. Good. Well, I'm simulcasting. I'm on both. I'm on both channels, or both media here. Matthew, nice to see you, sir. And welcome. You're over there in the UK. Great. Great to hear you. So anyway, yeah, I just thought, you know what? It's Saturday. I don't have much to do. I don't really have. I haven't been doing much work on my my Six Figs tower. I'm waiting for a few more parts. So I thought, you know what? I do an Instagram live, a Facebook. I could turn Facebook on my iPad. Then I could just have live going everywhere. Wouldn't that be something? But anyway, and I thought, while I'm at it, I'll just build something and talk and chat and stuff. Because I had a lot of people who wanted to ask questions. Justin Littlejohn, good to see you. But I'm going to build some Minecraft stuff. I absolutely love the Minecraft stuff. And hey, Tasman, good to see you over here, my mate. And thank you very much for the congratulations. Yeah, I'm up past 6,100 now, and I cannot believe it. I'll tell you what, it's absolutely amazing. Really, when Adrian and I and Piper started this channel, we didn't think we'd have more than 100, maybe 150 viewers. So that's really cool. I'm very, very thankful to everybody who has been able to support me on Instagram and on YouTube, especially because that's really taken off. Michael Bates, hi from Australia. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. I'm glad you love my channel. You know, Australia actually is almost 20% of my viewers are from Australia on YouTube. So I love the Aussies. And as a matter of fact, that was one of my plans to go before the pandemic. I was going to go see Greg from GJ Brick's channel and GJ_.bricks on Instagram. I was going to go, we were going to hang out in Sydney and stuff. And I've always wanted to go to Australia. Had family who lived in Melbourne for a long time. So anyway, but the pandemic happened. I was not able to, my family was not able to take our world trip like we were going to do for about 3 weeks. So we'll do it sometime. So yeah, and Tasman is 1% of my audience. That's right. He alone makes up the entire group, right? That's right. That's wonderful. Good to see you, Cointable ad. Nice to see you. It's good to have people here on Instagram as well. It's nice to see everybody. So, the Six Figs amusement park, Michael, that's a good point. I've thought about, I've had kind of a up and down relationship with the fact that I have behind me all of these crates filled with stuff that I used to have, in my basement. And unfortunately, I have to rebuild all that stuff. And it's taken a long time. And, I feel like I'm the type of person, I like to have things done before I show them. but there's a lot of people out there who are just like they're just build it. That's in your name. How you doing? Just build it. There are a lot of people who are like, dude, just turn on the camera and start building stuff. And who cares if it's all perfect and things like that. So that's what I'm trying to do as well. I'm trying to make sure that I can I can build and give some sort of content rather than just me sitting here talking and building at the same time, like I'm doing now, as a matter of fact. I'll have to pull these back here so you can at least see some of them here. But I finally got the studio going. But yes, I am going to build 6 figs. I mean, not 6 figs. Well, I'm definitely building 6 Figs amusement park. Definitely. I'm still a little bit questioned about whether or not I should build Figsdale back. And the reason why is I'm thinking, I could have a huge 6 Figs theme park, right? I mean, it could be huge. But nice to see you, Diego. But I don't know. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure if, to be honest, if I have the time to build it back the way it was. I certainly don't want to build it back the way it was exactly, but I want to build it back, in some way. But 6 Figs is my love. I love amusement parks. I grew up 20 miles from a major amusement park, Cedar Point here in the United States, and up in Ohio. And so I and I live now down, by Disney World. So I love amusement parks. I love the layout. I spent many, many years as a little kid and as a teenager, just, kind of developing and designing parks and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm glad you're looking forward to it, Michael. I promise I will get back to that and things like that. Thank you very much, Justin. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for that compliment. Yeah, it's hard to believe 6,000 people, 6,000 folks. I looked at the minutes. Subscribers are great in terms of numbers, but I also look at minutes, like how long people look at your videos. And I have over 3 million minutes that are viewed. So, in terms of views, I only have like 750,000 views, which is huge to me. I know it's nothing, it's like a day's work for Jang, right? But for me, it's huge. But I'll tell you what, the fact that I have over 3 million minutes, I always think to myself, people have wasted 3 million minutes of their lives watching my stuff and listening to me babble. So anyway, the thing I like about this Minecraft, I'm doing the Illager raid, by the way, while we're talking. I really love Minecraft sets. And I'm getting ready to, hey, Heather, it's so good to see you, my friend. I haven't seen you in a while, but I'll tell you what, you're going like gangbusters on your channel. And I love your last video. As a matter of fact, Heather Bricks on Instagram. If you don't follow her here on YouTube, you need to follow her on Instagram because she's got a heck of an Instagram channel. I saw you. I saw all of the backlog that you had, and in the little video you did with the music and stuff. And that is so true, right? Once you start, you can't stop. Tasman, it's let's see. Yeah, hopefully we can catch up too. I know you got to go to bed. I know it's really late over there in Australia. My goodness, in Australia, it's probably 2 o'clock or something in the morning. Take care. I appreciate it, and I'll get on the stream with you and Greg from DrMcBrick at some point. Promise. So anyway, so yeah, Heather, I always love your stuff and your city and everything. I no longer live a couple hours from you, so that's a bummer. Now I live 1,200 miles away. So, the chances of us meeting at a Lego get-together are probably a lot less slimmer than they were a year ago. But who knows? Who knows? The Lego community is pretty big. But you do some great work, and I really appreciate watching all your stuff. Let's see. Yeah, I really like these the minifigs that have come with this Illager raid set. For some reason, there's a very small group of people who are interested in the Minecraft. And I'm just building this because, again, I'm here to talk. I have a bunch of questions people that ask me to answer who can't watch this, who will watch it later. And so I want to make sure I answer their questions. But I love this kind of stuff. I love Minecraft, and I plan on doing a whole Minecraft world under 6 Figs theme park. So Clayton No Bricks, nice to see you. Bricks with Pics, nice to see you too there on Instagram. I'm doing a simulcast. between Instagram and YouTube. So it's kind of neat. If I'd have thought about it, I'd also simulcast on Facebook, and then I'd have had everything done. I'd have been the king of all media. Anyway, can you see Baby Leonard? Is Baby Leonard in the set? Let's see. Is Baby Leonard in this set? Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. Baby Leonard. I'm not sure who you're talking about. You know, it's funny because I play Minecraft all the time, but I do. I know who you're talking about. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find him. Let's see if I can find. I got to find his head. Is this his head? Huh. Okay. Well, I'll see if I can put him together here. I don't know. I got to find this one part to put him together. I'm not sure how this. This is interesting how they did this. Huh. Well, anyway, I will keep trying. I know this is not Baby Leonard, right? Are you talking about this little guy here? Chilean? Are you talking about this guy? Jason Swim, how you doing? And I apologize if I get your names wrong. Kara Bricks, nice to see you. Bricks with Picks. I'm doing a simulcast on YouTube as well as Facebook here. I'm not Facebook, YouTube and Instagram. And just to kind of celebrate my 6,100 now people, subscribers and stuff who have been following me. So I'm really excited about that. I don't know where the little baby went. Anyway, you know what? I don't have Baby Leonard out yet. Actually, he's in like bag 2 or something. So I will get him out when I can. So anyway, yeah, you know, you're talking about Leonard Hofstad. Oh, no wonder. Yeah, he's he's over in my in my tower right now. Blockhead, nice to see you, Kaz. Good to see you, and thank you very much for that. Congratulations, Blockhead. I saw some of your pics about you unpacking your stuff from Denmark, and you know, bittersweet thing, I'm sure, but you definitely had a good run there, and you know, has to be probably one of the biggest honors for any AFOL to have your builds in the Lego house. So if you haven't checked out Blockhead UK on YouTube, anybody who watches this now or later, or on Instagram, check out Blockhead UK. She also has an Instagram account as well. So thank you very much, OSU Sullivan Finn. Nice to see you. Stop Motion Brick, good to see you. Dreamers Inc. Will Six Figs get a new name? No, Six Figs Florida. I love it. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm afraid if I do that, I'll get flack from Six Flags. So, you know, so far everything's been cool, right? You know, I got a little merch. You know, you know, that sort of thing. I'm sure if they really wanted to, they could say, hey, this is too close to us. It's an amusement park. It's the same. You know, that's fine. But I don't want to do Six Figs Florida, because if I do, that might be a little too much. You know, kind of in your face type of stuff. So, so no, I won't. But maybe I'll do Six Figs South, or something like that, or Six Figs Tropics or something. I don't know. But yeah, I will be building Six Figs back, and I've already started a little bit. The thing last night, actually, I was up at 3:30 a.m. and I thought to myself, oh my gosh, I have to rebuild from scratch that roller coaster. And that is something that Adrian built the first time, and I watched him build it. And I think I built like 1 or 2 bags. And I just, oh my gosh, that's going to be a pain. So I just have to rebuild all that stuff, obviously. And because of that, it's, you know, it's going to take a long time. But yeah, Six Figs will be back. And I like Six Figs Florida. That's kind of funny. But I don't want to compete with Universal and Disney because they're just down the road. Yeah, Blockhead, I can see what you mean by that. It would be a little tough to see them come back and stuff like that. Stop Motion Bricks. Nice to see you. I think I'm following you you're on YouTube, aren't you? I think I'm following you on YouTube. If you're not, I know I'm following a lot of stop motion because that's my ultimate goal, is to do stop motion as well. The rebuilding M race is going well. It's taking a long time. I'm having, you know, a lot of issues in terms of, you know, building everything back because I really had to move so quickly, you know, to be able to get a good price on the house. I just threw everything in bins, and I did throw everything in the same bin. So like the roller coaster is just in one bin, but it's all in pieces again. And so I got to rebuild everything from scratch, and that's going to take a while. Remember the ideas treehouse bed and breakfast? Yes, I'm still going to do that. Yes, Chilean Lego fan, I will still do that. I'm making the bed and breakfast into the treehouse into the bed and breakfast, and it's going to be connected with either a monorail or probably not a monorail because I don't have the money for that, but probably a shuttle type of thing that'll come through and stop off. And it'll probably be either train tracks with a regular metro liner, or it'll be that little car that I had, if any of you remember, in Six Figs, the Johnny Thunder car that went through the park. I'll have that stop off at the treehouse. And thank you so much for giving me that idea, by the way. So yeah, a people mover, exactly, kind of like a people mover. You might build, Blockhead says she might build a mini Disney castle this afternoon. Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, I didn't pick one of those up. I just thought, I have a lot of other stuff going on. And so my backlog, I've picked up a set or two, but I haven't really got into much buying because I just have so much building to do. I have another couple years here, really, if I really, I'm honest with myself, to rebuild everything. So I still have 3 shelves of the backlog, not like Heather from Heather's Bricks here, who has tons of stuff, but in her backlog. But I'm working at it. Let's see. I think I may be following your Instagram page, Stop Motion. If I'm not, I promise I will get to you and follow it. Dr. McBrick, did you ever get and collect a black and white Steamboat Willie? No, I did not. That's one set that I did not get. My oldest son, who is a Lego collector as well, and he has a family, and my grandson, who's 2.5, we're trying to get him into Duplo and building and stuff. He's interested in digging dirt right now, but yeah, he got that set, and he really likes that set. That's one of the Disney sets I don't have. I have the castle, I have the train station, the train. I have all those little new Disney sets that came out. My idea was, hey, now I'm in Florida, I should build like a little mini Disney World, right? And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm negotiating at this point with my wife to build it on a table that we have outside of my studio, right outside these doors. There's a really nice table, and right now it just has some flowers on it. I'm saying, hey, that would look really good with a mini Disneyland. So we'll see what happens. Oh, how you doing, Sprite? Cranberry, I love your channel so much. You deserve so much more than 6,000. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I have to do something, but I'd watch if I could. Oh, well, thank you very much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And thank you. And you know what? I'm very touched that you've been inspired for your city. And I look forward to watching your city grow and grow and seeing it grow. So make sure you show it. Let's see. Still here on Instagram. I love being live on both. It's a little schizophrenic trying to figure everything out. But anyway, we'll do it. Let's see what else is going on here. Oh, well, let me answer a question for some folks in case they want to show up later and watch this. A lot of folks said they weren't, because I have a lot of people in Australia that are sleeping right now who are my fans, or subscribers, I guess, fans, whatever. But they follow my channel a lot, and so they ask me a bunch of questions that I want to answer, just in case. What am I working on, Stop Motion? Right now, I am working on this, the Illager Raid, the Minecraft set that came out I don't know, a year ago or something. Anyway, I got several of these because one of the things that I want to do is I want to build, and I'm starting to build my own Minecraft 2 or 3 IKEA tables and build my own Minecraft setup. And so I want to build some of it with the sets that exist, but I want to use the sets that Lego sells as parts. So I'm buying them, I'm building them, and then I'm tearing them down and making them my own creations. That's pretty much what we do with Lego, right? So that's kind of what I'm doing. Darla, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for showing up. And it's nice to see so many folks here. I appreciate that. That's great. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just building it. I build the Minecraft sets and then I tear them apart and I use them to build other Minecraft scenes. And one of the things I thought about getting into so much is, and I miss it, is building scenes as opposed to major cities and things like that. Now, don't worry, I'm still going to do Figsdale. I was definitely doing 6 Figs. Figsdale is still 50-50 at this point. I'm sure I'll do it, but I like to, I'm thinking I like to build scenes, and I was a finalist for Lego Masters 2 years in a row. Got all the way to the end and wasn't picked. I'm like 26 out of 24. But anyway, because of that, I'm thinking, I really would like to do some of those types of things that they do on Lego Masters, where they build these huge, beautiful type of builds, as opposed to just working on a city building and another city building, another city building. So I'm going to try to do that. How do I come up with my ideas? Honestly, it's based on life. How you doing, Appleman 20? It's based on life. I'll be driving down the road and I'll see something. And I'll be like, I could build that in Lego, or, I could make that happen. And so that's kind of how I come up with the ideas, to be quite honest with you. Or I will think to myself, like, for instance, with the casino and the casino resort and stuff, I think to myself, I went to Vegas or whatever, and I really enjoyed it. And it would be really cool. I don't see many Lego casinos. So that's kind of how I did it. I didn't get to collect the black and white Steamboat Mickey and Minnie, but let's see, because my store didn't have it. Yeah. So it's one of those things. I moved from a community that had 3 official Lego stores, 3, and then it had a whole bunch of other Lego stores that were just guys that opened storefronts with Lego. And then, of course, all the Targets and all that kind of stuff that sold Lego. So I moved from there to down here in South Florida, that the nearest Lego store is like an hour and a half to Miami or 3 hours to Orlando. And the official Lego store, and of course, the Orlando one, I think is the first store that was opened in the United States in terms of Lego. It's the U.S. flagship Lego store. But at the same time, I feel, going from having 3 stores literally within 10 miles of my house to having nothing, no more pick-a-brick walls. So anyway, hey, Shy Time is my time. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Thanks for showing up. Let's see if I might have missed. If I missed some of you, I apologize if I missed some in the chat. I'm trying to keep up with a whole bunch of different chats. Let's see. Yeah, thanks everybody for giving Lego. Le Blog Derek, nice, and I mess up with names a lot. Focus, nice to see you, Focus 60. So anyway, I was asked about how I come up with ideas, and that's pretty much how I do it. I'll be driving around, I'll see a building, and I'll be like, that building would look really cool in Lego, and let me give it a try. In terms of how I come up with my ideas for the amusement parks, I grew up, like I said, 20 minutes from an amusement park, Cedar Point in Ohio, which is a huge amusement park in terms of roller coasters and things like that. And then there was Geauga Lake, which was in Ohio. There was SeaWorld in Ohio. And so there were 3 amusement parks all within an hour and a half of my house. And then Kings Island, which was 2 hours south, 2.5 hours south of my house. So 4 amusement parks where I grew up. And then, of course, I went to Disney World a bajillion times. Used to own the vacation club thing at Disney World, so I would be down there 2 weeks out of every year. And so now that I live closer to Disney World in Legoland, Florida, I'll be going a lot more. So I always grew up with amusement parks, and I've always loved them. And so that's why I really make it a big deal to put a lot of detail in my amusement park and make it. Adrian is mad at me sometimes because he's like, there's too much green space. But I think the green space and having some terrain and foliage and things like that is really what amusement parks are about, because they take you from one themed area to another. Sir Bricks-a-lot, nice to see you, sir. Jamie Star 99, good to see you. Jammin Star, sorry, it's hard for me to read on my phone because it's smaller, everything like that. But anyway, so yeah. So what other questions do you have? I know one question I had, which is the question. Seems like every time anyone does a live stream, they're asked this question. But this was asked from one of my Australian Lego fans. What's my favorite set of all time? My favorite set of all time, probably like a lot of people, is the monorail, the airport shuttle. And if I could have a brand new airport shuttle, and I could afford the $8 trillion it would take for all the track to go around, and even in the off brands, even buying, printed tracks is still expensive. I would get that. And so I love that set. I loved it from when I was a kid. No, I wasn't a kid when it came out. Actually, I was an adult. Yeah, I was an adult. I had kids when it came out. But anyway, I've loved it since then. But I couldn't afford it for my own kids back then. All right, let's see. All right, well, good. We got a lot of people going on here on Instagram and on YouTube. It's good to see everybody here. So yeah. So what's my favorite Lego theme? I was asked as another question. My favorite Lego theme is the Adventurers from the 90s. And for those of you that don't know about me, I have 3 grown-up kids, 3 adult kids. My oldest is 30, just turned 30 last month. And he's also a Lego collector. And I have a grandson who's 2. But my older kids, 30, going to be 28, 24, they and I built Lego when they were growing up, and that time was when Johnny Thunder and the Pirates and all of those types of cool sets were big, and so those sets have a lot of specialness to me, and that's why I own almost all of them, and that's why you saw them in Six Figs when I had Six Figs up, and you will see them again. Well, thank you for asking about my family. My family's doing well. We actually had a COVID scare. My daughter Piper, my youngest 10-year-old, she got COVID 3 days after starting school down here. And so she did very well. She had about 4 or 5 days of being ill. Fortunately, she, after that, she was basically just bored being in quarantine for 5 days after that. So, but fortunately, my wife, not fortunately, but my wife did get sick as well. Still not sure what happened with her, but she certainly did have all the symptoms and everything. And she was sick for about a month. Thank goodness. I was able to escape that. And for those of you that don't know, I only have one lung. So this side of my chest has no lung in it. This side does. And so that's why I am very, very adamant about safety and about people being safe. So anyway, that's enough about that. Yes, my wife is okay now. As a matter of fact, I heard her downstairs arguing with my daughter. So, so everybody's good. Everybody's back to normal, right? Let's see. Are you doing a live video on YouTube right now? Yes, I am. Stop motion. Head over to YouTube. That's where I'm at. And so you can see me on there as well. So, and it persists on YouTube. I don't think. Well, I guess it persists on Instagram as well. So, anyway. So yeah. So just building. Let's see. Who else is on here? We got a few people on here. It's good to see everybody. This is kind of cool. This is neat the way they build this armor stand, I guess is what you would call it. And by the way, if there is anybody out there, and if you're listening after the fact to this, and I know that a lot of people said they were going to listen afterwards, but if any of you do play games, gaming, and if you play Fallout 76, GTA 5 online, or Minecraft, let me know, because I'd like to friend you on Xbox. I have a Series X, and I would like to friend you because I am looking for people to play. To be on my teams on GTA and on Fallout 76 and stuff like that. So, what am I building again, Sir Brixalot? I'm building the Illager Raid from Minecraft. I have like 3 of these sets. I'm building them. I'm using them for to make a Minecraft world. And so I'm building them first, seeing what they look like, and then after that, I'm tearing them apart, and I will make my own Minecraft builds out of them. So I guess that is an armor stand, and it looks to be a diamond armor stand. So yeah, so Piper and Adrian and I, my 2 youngest, started building Lego, obviously, and started this channel. But we also started about 8 years ago playing Minecraft. And yes, Piper started playing Minecraft when she was like 3, and so on the iPad. And so we have actually built a whole bunch of realms. I mean, some realms that actually are really good. Thinking about trying to get them approved for the Minecraft store. So we have all kinds of cool stuff. So if any of you play, please let me know. Vlad, nice to see you. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. I appreciate you stopping by. Let's see. Who else is here? Rufus the Good. Doggo joined. Nice to see you. Great. Rocket 4792. Nice to see you. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate anybody who's here. Appreciate everybody. Thanks for the 6,000 plus viewers and subscribers and things like that. I'm just very honored to have a lot of people. I'm just very honored to have people watch. And again, these streams are kind of weird for me because, it's like, I really don't know what to say. Unless somebody asks questions, it's hard to figure out what's going on. I'm hoping that, I'm just going to turn the camera on and keep going and see what happens. And then, but let me get to another question somebody asked here. Somebody asked from, this is from somebody from America. So they ask if I use Friends sets, not the Friends TV show, but the Friends Lego sets. And yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I use Friends sets. And the reason being is because they have some really cool parts. And to be quite honest, I like the Friends line. I think the Friends line is really cool. I know Piper was really into it. I think one of the best Lego lines comes from the Friends sets. And now that I said that, I can't remember what they are. They're the it's not the fairies. What were the ones that had the they were just absolutely beautiful. But I can't forget what they were. They were back probably about 6 or 7 years ago. Elves. I think the Elves line has some amazing sets. It only lasted like a year and a half or so. So yeah, I do like Friends. I find that you can modify the Friends sets so that you don't have to use the mini dolls. You can use minifigs, and obviously Lego built them that way so that it would be very easy to use the elements and the parts. And so they have some really cool elements. I don't mind the colors so much because you can use the colors for various things. Some people don't like the pastel colors, and there's a whole bunch of reasons, for that. I don't mind them, and I think it actually they look good in certain builds and stuff. And plus the Friend sets comes with a lot of animals. A lot of times, bears and pandas and little lions and stuff. And so even when I don't want to buy a full Friend set, I go onto Bricks and Pieces. I look at I find the animals in those sets and I buy the animals. So let's see what's over here. Tom Red, nice to see you. Nice to see you. It says, oh darn, I wish I could have had Minecraft on Xbox Series X, but I don't have it, or I would join you. Yeah, I don't think you have to be on Xbox Series X. If you have an Xbox, I think you can join me on Minecraft. I don't think you have to have a Series X. I think it just, for me, it just looks different than it does for you, but we're still playing in the same world. I mean, it's just the graphics and the quality is different, I think. But if you're on Xbox, Yeah, sure. You can join me. And I am DrMcBrick on Xbox. So if you see me on Xbox, DrMcBrick, which is kind of strange, to be quite honest with you, because when I'm going around, let's just say, causing a lot of mayhem in Grand Theft Auto 5 online, I sometimes think, oh my goodness, I have my DrMcBrick name, and this is like really, really violent here. And here's DrMcBrick running around doing all this stuff on GTA, and I wouldn't be doing that on my Lego channel. So, but anyway, I try to keep my same brand no matter where I go. So that's why. So yeah, check me out there. I'd love to see you there. Okay, let's see here. We got this. This is a really cool printed tile. Yeah, really cool. I love this this print right here. That can be used, think about it. That could be used for a pillow in a on a couch or something like that. It could be used for tile, for carpeting in a room. It's got a really nice pattern that if you put a bunch of those together, it would look really good. All right, let's see. On Bricks, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Thanks for showing up on Bricks. I appreciate it. Waving to you too. Let's see who's here. Still trying to figure out all this YouTube stuff. I'm going to grab something to drink here. And no, that's not a plug. I do not like coffee, actually. This is water. But yeah, my wife got this because she likes coffee. So, but I use it for water. All right, let's see here. I'm going to build another one. So what other questions do you have, or what's going on with you all? What's going on with you all? What are you all working on? What are you guys working on? I know I see some people who have been building cities. The dude Lego, nice to see you, the dude. Good to see you. Thanks for showing up, my friend. Yeah, if you have an Xbox 360, it'll work. I actually have an Xbox 360 as well that I only use it to play the Simpsons game on. I love the Simpsons game. It's a great game. It's fun. So yeah, if you have it, check me out. Try to send me a friend request. DrMcBrick again on Xbox. So if you're on Xbox Live, you can send me a request. So yeah, I had the 360, then I got the Xbox X, and then I moved up to the Series X, and it's an unbelievable machine. But it took forever to get it. Hey, Bricks, thank you. Brooks Bricks. If you haven't seen Brooks Bricks channel on YouTube, please check him out. And check him out on Instagram as well. He has such a great channel, and he's done some really unique and different builds, and his city's coming along real well. Thank you so much for being such a supporter of mine, Brooks Bricks. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate all the support you've given me over the time that I've been on. And I really enjoyed the live stream I was on with you guys the other day when you were building your one build. So yeah, check him out. He's got a great channel. Sir Bricks a lot. I just finished the Friends mock that has been online a lot with both apartments and Central Perk. Yeah, as a matter of fact, sir, I got both of those as well. See how well those go together? See, you could kind of put them together like this, and they go together really well. So yeah, I got those, and I don't know if you've seen on my YouTube channel, Sir Bricks, but I have been building. I've got two of the Daily Bugles, and I put them together, made them wide, and I'm building them up. And so I'm putting the friend sets in those. I'm getting to those next. I'm doing Joey's apartment next, or the guy's apartment next, and that'll be on the 4th floor of the tower now. And then I'll do the ladies' apartment, and that'll be the 5th floor, and then the 6th floor. I might do the Big Bang. I'm not sure. Although the office now, what do y'all think about that? The office has been picked to be the next idea set. What do you think about the office? Are y'all going to buy that? Do you think that's a good set to have? And Brooks, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I really do. And it means a lot that you support me, my friend. All right, let's see. So yeah, the office. What do you think about that? Hey, Parrot Head, 9:15. I just watched a couple of days ago. I just watched a Jimmy Buffett concert. So I'm wondering if that's what parrot head means or if it's something else. But anyway, good to see you. Good to see you. Brickmania 2019. Bricks never was a fan of the Office show itself. I find it interesting that Lego really is going all in on these sitcom things. Yeah, I do too. And it makes sense though, right, Brooks? Because the sitcoms are things. Think about it. A huge demographic of people. My age, my age. I'm on the older spectrum of AFOLs, and I've noticed that from my analytics. There's like one other guy that's my age. But the whole 30 to 60 demographic, there's a lot of folks. I mean, really to 20 to 60. I mean, really the entire demographic, has grown up watching those shows. And so to pick those shows, especially from the 90s, when folks who like my older kids, grew up watching those shows, and their parents, or in college. I know I watched, some shows in college and things like that. They're the ones that have the resources, and they're the ones that buy the adult sets. And so yeah, it makes sense because again, it's a licensing deal, right? So given it's a licensing deal, you can make more money by going all in on these sitcom sets than you can if you just have the Monkey Kid, because you don't have to, you're not raking in those licensing fees. And I'm not saying that licensing fees are, you're paying them out and stuff, but you're not getting the bang for your buck, I guess. And at least that's my, as somebody who owned a company before, that's my take on it, is that think of all the publicity, The Office, Friends, Big Bang, all of that. I mean, those shows are airing constantly in reruns on Netflix, on Prime, on regular TV, that sort of thing. So yeah, so there's constant reminders that these things exist. And so if there's a Lego set about it, it's like, wow, cool, there's a Lego set. So it's totally free publicity. Makes a lot of sense. Let's see. Yes, huge Jimmy Buffett fan. All right, way to go, Parrot Head 915. Great. Yeah, now that I'm down here in Florida, it's kind of like I'm living the Jimmy Buffett lifestyle every day, and I like it. I enjoy it. I feel very, very lucky to do so. Let's see here. Have you ever had? Lego does a good job with printing their manuals, but sometimes the color on their manuals. Have you ever had that where you're like wondering, is it a dark green, a light green, a medium green? What kind of green is that? Sometimes it's hard to figure out. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now, trying to figure that out. Okay, we'll put these in here. I guess these are doubloons or something. Oh no, these are emeralds. Okay, let's see. Hardy har. Hey, Greg, nice to see you. Greg Bassett, nice to see you. Lego Mole Show, nice to see you. And I apologize if I mess up all these names. It's good to see everybody there. Go Isle. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but good to see you. I appreciate everybody stopping by. We're just hanging out here. I'm just kind of casually building stuff. Just talking, answering some questions for folks. I had a lot of people who asked questions that weren't able to be here today because they're sleeping. Because in Australia and other places, it's nighttime, and I'm here in the United States, so I don't have that issue. It's actually Saturday morning going into afternoon, and it's 11:45 according to my DrMcBrick watch. So yeah, let's see. So what other questions did I get? Do I think Lego sets are too expensive? Well, duh. Yes, I do think Lego sets are expensive. Are they too expensive? I don't. I'm gonna hold on a second. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try something here. Let's see if that helps. No, that helps zero, actually. If I turn this off, does that help? No, that might make it even worse. That's better. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that. Yeah, I don't think they're too expensive for what you get. Actually, I think that they are expensive and they are difficult to attain if you don't have, a decent chunk of change to pay for them. They do a decent job of having smaller sets, medium-sized sets, big sets, mega sets, unattainable sets, that sort of thing. Like that one new set that's coming out that's 9,000 pieces or whatever it is. So I don't know. I mean, you get quality though, and I've used off brands, and for those of you that follow my channel for a long time, hi Paul, that I have about 5 sets of Oxford block, and one set that's not an Oxford set, that's another set. Oxford's totally legit, but it's very Lego like. Their quality is just not quite the quality of this. And I don't know why. The plastic seems different. The clutch power, on Lego is just that click. It's just nicer. It sounds different. But yeah, I would say that Lego is expensive, but for what you get, it's quality. It's really quality. And sometimes you get what you pay for, I've bought stuff, and we've all bought stuff on the cheap. And it's fallen apart, right? And it's broken, or we've had to get it repaired or fixed or whatever. And then sometimes you spend money and you get something and it lasts for 20 years. So yeah, I think Lego is expensive, but I also think if you can afford it, Lego's the way to go. Plus, the other thing is that Lego has such a huge inventory of parts. No other company has the inventory of parts that Lego has. They can try to copy, they can try to cheat, they can try to do whatever they want, but no other company has the inventory of parts and the diversity of parts that Lego has. And so therefore, if you're getting into an ecosystem, you want to get into an ecosystem that has a huge inventory, right? You want to get into an ecosystem that you're able to do things with. And to when I'm down here and looking at Instagram, to be able to buy this little tiny part, on a secondary market. You can't do that with all the other ones. So they may be cheap, but they don't have the inventory. There does seem to be a trend toward bigger and more expensive sets. I hope they can do some more pocket money sets. I think so too. I agree with you, Kaz. Blockhead UK. I think that's really important because, I started when I was 5 years old. So that was 50 years ago. 50 years ago. And it was because of a little tiny set. And, I didn't come from a wealthy family. And so, my folks, I'm sure, had to pay more money than they would have if they would have bought me some other type of toy. But, it was affordable enough. And I think that the kids are missing out when, we're like, okay, Lego comes out with this new set. It's going to cost $700 or $650. Okay, great. That's great. I can buy that. I'm lucky, but even I don't want to buy that, right? Because, that's a lot of money. I mean, for anyone. I mean, it's for anyone. I heard the other day, I heard Jack Black. I watched a video on YouTube, and if you can find it, I wish I knew where to find it. Maybe if I find it, I'll put it down in the notes. But they're in the description. But he was talking about Lego and his son in the background when he was interviewing. His son was building like the Star Cruiser or something, that huge thing. And Jack Black said that, yeah, during this quarantine and when he's, not being able to go out and do a lot of stuff, he just builds Lego with his kid. And he was saying these things are expensive. He's like, I'm going broke buying Lego. Jack Black probably can afford any Lego set he wants. So if he's going broke, you're right, Kaz. We need to get those sets where you can go out. Parents can spend under $20. They can buy their kids a set that their kids can play with and actually build with, instead of having 5 or 6 molded parts that they just snap together and that's it. So yeah, I totally agree with you that there needs to be more aimed at the little kids, because ultimately, I need to stop preaching, but ultimately, Lego wants to last another 80 years, right? And so you got to get them hooked. And so if you don't get the kids hooked, if all you're doing is selling to adults that can afford these $300, $400, $500 sets, you're not going to get the kids hooked on that. And then when they're adults, they're not going to buy Lego because they'll be like, I didn't play with Lego when I was a kid. We couldn't afford them. All right, that's enough. That's enough of my soapbox. I'm sorry. And for those of you who are Lego employees watching this video or watching it in the future, I still love you. Anyway, all right, let's see what we can do here. This is another reason why I buy Minecraft sets, because even if I don't use them as Minecraft sets, they come with cool pieces like this double jumper tile, and it comes in nougat. And you don't really get this in nougat, in other sets because they don't really sell nougat in other sets. And so smarter than smarter than a bandit. I can't. The way Instagram truncates the words, it separates them. So I apologize, but good to see you. Good to see you, smarter than. But anyway, nougat. If you're looking for parts, nougat, brown, dark green, and tan. All right, and this color green, then buy Minecraft sets and just use them as parts packs, because that's where you get the majority of those colors. Those colors don't exist in other sets, really. Very rarely are you going to get a jumper that's in nougat like this. So that's one of the other reasons why I buy Minecraft sets as parts packs. I bought when they were cheap. You can't buy them cheap now; they're so expensive. The Minecraft underwater temple, and it was all sand green bricks. It was all the dark green and sand green. It was about 2,000 of them, and in all different sizes. And that was great. And I bought 3 of those. And I still have a whole thing of these. Oh, well, there it is, right up there. You can't see it, but I still have a whole thing of sand green from those sets that are just parts. So, all right, let's see what else is happening here. It's another question I have from some other viewers around the world. Do I like Lego Star Wars, and how come I don't have a Star Wars set up? I have about 30 Star Wars sets, including, the Millennium Falcon, 2 or 3 X-Wings, some TIE fighters. Of course, I have Mos Eisley. I have the Ewok Village. I have all kinds of Star Wars sets. They're all in boxes and they're all on one shelf. And I haven't built them. I haven't opened them. They're all brand new in the box, mint. And I want to build them. And that's one of the things I think about in my new studio. I'm like, if I don't build Figsdale, and I still build 6 figs, because I'm building 6 figs no matter what. But if I don't build Figsdale, I could build like a huge Star Wars setup. And make it into kind of a fun Star Wars area as well. And maybe not canon, maybe not, serious type of Star Wars stuff, but put all the Star Wars ships in there, the characters, some Mandalorian stuff, and that sort of thing, and make it fun. That's maybe make my own interpretation of a Star Wars city. So Fig Wars or something like, I don't know, something that would be, like a Figsdale, only it would be Star Wars. I could do something like that too. I don't know. I'm not sure, but something like that. I feel a need to do something different, and that doesn't mean that I'm going to get rid of all my stuff. So if you like this channel and you like what I do because of Figsdale and 6 Figs, don't worry about it. That's still going to happen and stuff. But I feel a need to do some other stuff as well, some different things. So maybe a Star Wars city would be kind of cool. That's a good idea. And I can incorporate all of that Star Wars stuff that I have laying around that probably is worth zillions of dollars. But again, I live in a gated community. I have cameras on my house. I have an alarm, and I have a 90-pound dog. Just saying. All right, let's see. Sorry, kind of goofy today. This is cool. This is really cool to have the Instagram and the thing going. That's what you're going to do with the space under the table. That's a good idea. Bricks. I like that idea. And I have a lot of space. I'm going to have a lot of space under my table as well. And so I think that might be the route to go. And that's originally what I had planned, was either do it above on shelves or do it under the table. And so, yeah, so I think I probably will do something like that as well. The castle theme, I'm going to incorporate the castle theme into Six Figs. And that's the reason why I want to do Six Figs as the entire setup, as opposed to Figsdale. I want to do Six Figs because I want to put a whole medieval castle area in. I've got 3 castles. I've got the jousting area. I've got the blacksmith shop. I have the medieval village. I have all this castle. I have the 3-in-1 castles, right? A couple of those, so I can make them different things. So yeah, so if I put all of that stuff into an area, that's going to take up a huge area. And so if I had that as part of Six Figs, it would make sense because it would be kind of an amusement thing. We'd probably build some sort of ride through it. I've thanks to Daryl from Bevan's Bricks, he has some great tips on building mechanical stuff. And the other day he had a great video on building water that kind of undulated like that, using the netting. And I've been working on a ride similar to what some of you might know as like Himalayan rides that go in circles, and they kind of go up and down and go around in a circle. And I've started to put some netting in there and trying to get some of the mechanics of it to work and stuff. So I could easily do that for the castle, easily do that for the pirates. You have 2 of those 3-1 castles, which you're looking forward to building. Yeah, those are great, aren't they? Those are awesome. Miss Amby, nice. Thank you very much for showing up. Thanks, I appreciate it. And thanks for the congratulations. Thank you so much. Still over here on Instagram. Let's see. What else is happening here? If you go all out on Six Figs, you'd easily have the premier Lego amusement park of all of YouTube. Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Brooks. I'd like to. To be honest with you, that's really what I've been thinking, and I've really been thinking about just doing an amusement park and making it quality. I think Six Figs I had built before was quality, but I'd like to even make it better quality. And I see a lot of, and I really appreciate all the work that people do in the community. And I see a lot of quantity in terms of not just amusement parks, but just cities and everything else. I see tons of quantity. But the quality ones are the ones that got me into the business. In other words, the quality ones are the ones that got me out of my dark age back into the hobby. I watched a person about 3 years ago who no longer is on. I don't even know if their channel exists anymore. But their city was so detailed and had so much detail in it. It was small, but it was small because they added, every single centimeter was filled with some sort of detail. And that is one of the things that really got me into it. Jang Bricks, his city, lots of detail, even though, it's very stud in terms of, it's not tiled over and it's not polished in terms of lots of tile and all that kind of stuff, but it's just got a lot of detail that works, and it works. And so, seeing those types of folks, I really want to do quality. And so I'm thinking, Brooks, you're right. I'm thinking that, if I did an amusement park, that would be kind of my opus. At least, as maybe that could be my thing. Just, the amusement park guy. Thank you very much, Greg. I appreciate it. Best of luck to you, my friend, and I will talk to you later. Let's see. We have a few more people that joined. Luca, nice to see you on Instagram. Good to see you here. We're just building some stuff, not really, doing anything big or anything like that. Just building on a Saturday morning. Just try to celebrate the 6,000 plus. I think it's like 6,120 now or something like that. I don't even know. I haven't looked today because I'm not one of those people that follows. I'm not like, I gotta look at every day and see how many subscribers I have. I'm not in that. I'm not in this for that. I'm not in this for popularity. I'm in it for just the fun of it. Like Blockhead, Kaz, we talk, and we've talked before, and we've been on other different collabs and different things together, and we were in a part of the Brick Tubers and stuff. And I just enjoy the people I meet and the people I talk to. I've really developed some great friends. One of my best friends is Greg from Australia, from GJ Bricks, GJ_.bricks on Instagram. He's become a really, really true, meaningful friend to me. And so that's what I'm in it for. I'm in it for that. I'm not in it for popularity or for trying to get stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that, or subscribers or something. But I appreciate all of the compliments. Thank you. Yeah, Brooks, you're right. It's a hobby. It's a community. That's what it's all about. Oh, hi. Nice to see you. Good to see you on the Instagram there, the Spirit. The Spiritual Gentleman. See, the way that Instagram makes the names, it breaks them up. So all I see is the Spirit Gentle. That's all I see, but I assume it's gentleman. So nice to see you. Great to see you. But yeah, I agree with you, Brooks. The hobby is what's important. So whether I have 200 people on my stream, that would be awesome. Never had that before, made it up to about 50, but or if I have 9 on my stream, to me, it's just about sharing, and it's just about the community and what the community is. And the community is made up of a lot of great people. I tell people all that all the time. I'm like, if you want to stay away from drama, if you want to stay away from politics, if you want to stay away from all this other stuff going on in the world that, Lord knows, we just don't need to hear any more about it. Go to Lego channels and watch Lego people. All right, let's see here. What am I doing here? Okay, interesting. Do you, when you're building Legos, this is a good question for you. Thank you very much, Spiritual Gentleman. I appreciate you being a fan, and I appreciate it very much. And yes, once I get the city and everything back up, hopefully you'll enjoy it as much. It's going to be a little bit different, and everything like that. And the theme park's going to be a lot bigger. So yeah, it's an escape. It's definitely an escape. It's interesting, Blockhead UK, Kaz, that you say that, in terms of the smaller channels under 10,000. And I tend to agree with you. And I have some good friends, who have big channels. And I know some of the people who have the biggest channels and stuff. And, and they're great. They're great people. They're wonderful. And, and they worked hard. And I love them to death and think the world of them. And I'm very, very, happy that they've succeeded. But some of the smaller channels, you're right. There's a community that exists of people who are just kind of trying, and they're just building stuff. They're sharing ideas. They're getting ideas from other people. They just, log on for 10 minutes, watch a little bit of a video, log off, and then go back to doing whatever. They don't do YouTube for a living. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, heck, if I could do YouTube for a living, I would. But yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, Cass. And yeah, you're right, Brooks. I mean, yeah, channels like yours, Papa's Bricks is another channel I like. I like Richard. He's got a very small channel, but his channel is such that, he's working on his town. He's working hard. I just like channels like that. I like channels like that. Pam Kidney, nice to see you. Thanks for showing up. Rising Paws, 9 trailing. Sorry, again, Instagram cuts your name off, so I can't see the whole name. But thank you very much. Good to see everybody over on Instagram. Yeah, Richard is a great guy, and yeah, he's been very busy. And that's the thing. The smaller channels, we all have to work, right? So, and the other people do too. I mean, I don't mean that. That's not what I meant. But it's like, a lot of us do this casually. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much, Imperial Officer. Thank you. Thank you. You didn't have to do that, but thank you so much. Wow. Thanks for the donation. He says, "Hi, Doc. Do you think Back to the Future should have had?" Excuse me. You choked me up, man. Another 2 sets. What sets would you want, and how's your day? My day is going well. My day is going great. You gave me a donation. Thanks. I didn't expect that. I kind of forgot that the donate button is even on my chat. But you know, yeah, I would have liked to have seen more Back to the Future stuff. I would have loved to have seen, and you know, I'm a little unfamiliar because it's been a long time, and you know, I'm getting old. I forget. But what sets did they have in the Back to the Future line? I know they've had several DeLoreans, but those have been ideas and a couple of other things. What were the sets, Imperial Officer 07? Family Heart Bricks, thank you very much for joining over on Instagram. And Foolin Hansa, thank you. I'm going to have to do something about the Instagram cutting off the names because it's hard to see everybody. Did the Back to the Future Imperial, did they, yeah, the clock tower, I think that would have been great had they done that. They didn't do a train, did they? Because I think that train from Back to the Future 3 would have been awesome. I don't think they did one, did they? Yeah, if they'd have done it like the Bugle, that would have been a good idea for the clock tower. Wouldn't it have been cool? I mean, now this would be totally obscure, and Lego wouldn't have done it. But wouldn't it have been interesting if they'd have done like Biff's Tower of Sin or whatever that thing was called? You know, that big edifice to graft and vice, you know, that Biff had in episode 2. That would have been pretty funny. Yeah, the dimensions. The dimensions. I love playing Back to the Future on the Dimensions game. And actually, I have the Dimensions in a box over here, and I keep meaning to hook that back up to my Xbox because I just thought that was a great Lego game. I just absolutely love that. Yeah, Biff's Pleasure Palace. That's it, Brooks. That would have been hilarious to have Biff's Pleasure Palace. But I know Lego wouldn't have done that. It's thanks so much for everybody hanging out on Instagram. I appreciate it. And I'm still Imperial Officer. I'm still touched by the donation. Thank you. Jeet, how you doing, Jeet? Good to see you. Good to see you. We were just talking about Star Wars, as a matter of fact, and we're talking about Biff and Back to the Future. And yes, this is your first time in a live chat, I believe. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong here. Oh, here I go. Let's see. I think I got it now. All right. So, yeah, Biff's car, or they could have, they could have a diner. That diner in that, that he was in, Biff and Marty had an issue with. That would have been cool. That would have been cool. There's just, that movie, that series of movies is just so great. I don't know if any of you know that are on, but my job, my real job is being a professor, and I teach popular culture, and I teach film, music, toys, all that kind of stuff. And Back to the Future is one of those series of films that we talk about in our class. And sometimes we'll watch episodes or snippets from it and stuff. So yeah, it's a great film. That would have been really cool to make into more sets. When they did it for the Dimensions, the way they had all that stuff, set up in the Dimensions world online was really, really cool. And I really liked that. So, if they would have been able to transpose some of those over, but again, it's licensing fees. It's kind of like, okay, who's all into this? I think there are probably more people into Back to the Future and into some of these films than there are into the sitcoms. That's just my personal opinion. But I think if you look at fan base, I think obviously Star Wars fan base, they got it nailed. They were smart. That's what saved their company, right? When they licensed with Star Wars. But I think that if they tapped into some more of these movies and did sets based on these movies, and they have with Marvel, but you know, they'd really do well. Still confused why Doc had to bring the 2 into the year 2015 when they weren't needed. Yeah, that's always been an interesting line or a storyline or lack thereof, to be quite honest. To be honest with you, you know, episode 2, Back to the Future 2, was probably the worst of the 3, obviously, I think. 1, spectacular. 3, excellent. 2, 2 is kind of like episode 1 of Star Wars. You had to make it to tie the 2 together, to tie everything together. If you didn't make it, you wouldn't tie them together. And so, yeah. So, hey, Kim, nice to see you. It is so cool to see you, my friend. Kim, you've done some amazing work. And just want to let you know that, you know, I'm envious of some of the work I've seen on your Instagram and things like that. So good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, thanks. Yeah. I have a blue mic, only it's red. It's actually kind of a maroon color. I got it because everybody else has black ones and gray ones. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get this one because this is kind of Lego, right? Red. So that's why I got it there. So I'm glad you like it, Jeet. Yeah, I like it as well. And it's great. I use it. I use this studio or this area here for my work because I work from home now that I'm living. You know, I live 1,200 miles away from my university, and they were gracious enough to let me work remotely. And so I teach online now only, and full time, but still. So I use this and I just basically green screen this into my university's background or my office background at the university that I used to have and things like that. So, but this mic is great for all of that. Hello, Pat O'Connor. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see who's over here. Justin Little. It says, hi, Dr. McBrick. I was just, I'm back and I was just a little busy. Good to see you. Thanks for coming back. I appreciate it. Thank you. I feel like I should have my phone sitting here too. So that way you all get the same view because I feel like I'm giving everybody the side view of my head. So how are you doing, Kim? How you doing, Pat? Well, thank you very much, Kim. I appreciate it. Thank you. Did they actually make an Einstein dog fig? I don't know if they did or not. I can't remember that. I can't remember if they made. I don't think they did. I don't think they did. I don't know. I could be wrong though. Anyway, if anybody's listening here or afterwards, let us know. Did they make an Einstein dog figure for Back to the Future sets? Lego Serendipity, nice to see you on Instagram. It's good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I don't know. What other movies would be good? Back to the Future would be great. They could have made the I mean, they should have made more. The bell tower. They should have. I mean, the train, the big train from and some of the Western. To be honest with you, I think that's a theme that you know, could go real well. I mean, and I know they've done it with Lego's done it with the Lone Ranger a few years back. Then, of course, they had all their Western sets, Fort Legoredo, and all those great ones that I have, and I love them. But they could have done another Western train that would have been that crazy train from Crazy Train. Ozzy. Yeah, Ozzy. See how my mind works? I'm a pop culture professor, so Crazy Train means Ozzy. But they could have done that crazy train from episode 3, Back to the Future 3. That was all kind of decked out with all these, you know, all this cool thrusters and stuff on it. All right, Brooks, thank you so much, my friend. It's good seeing you, and thanks again for all of your support. I appreciate it. Take care and have a wonderful and safe weekend. Oh yeah, I gotta have a sandwich too at some point, Pat. Um, the Jules Verne train. Yes, the Jules Verne train. My second oldest is also a professor, and she loves Jules Verne. She's a writer, and she actually she dressed up as Jules Verne one time for Halloween, and everybody was like, "Oh hi, who are you?" And she's like, "I'm Jules Verne," and it's like this 10-year-old kid dressing up as Jules Verne. But yeah, the Jules Verne train. That's the one. That's the one. That's what I'm thinking about. All right. Let's see. They did not make the dog, according to Justin Littlejohn 18 on Instagram. Thank you very much, Justin. They did not make the dog. I didn't think so because I thought that dog. Had they made the dog, I think that would have been one that stuck out in our minds. But yeah, that's too bad. So yeah, so they could make the dog. They could make the dog very easily. There's so much obviously, and I'm sure that Lego gets this all the time. I mean, it's like there's thousands of possibilities, and it's like, how do you get? I just wonder what their process is of kind of winnowing down all of these ideas, that they have, and like, how do you come up with the Fab Five? Oh, Fab Four. They've already done that. The Beatles, right? So how do you come up with these sets? How do you do this? It would be really interesting to see or to know, and I'm sure it's proprietary, but it'd be interesting to know their brainstorming, the way they brainstorm and they project develop. Just boggle the mind, probably. Is there a dog fig that can stand for Einstein? What kind of dog was Einstein? Was he a bulldog? I can't remember. Justin, what kind of dog was Einstein? since you seem to know that there wasn't one. They have one in the plans, really? That would be awesome. Well, Justin Littleton said they have a Back to the Future dog in the plans. That'd be cool, or at least that breed. Yeah, that breed of dog. Why am I bouncing? My camera's bouncing. That's weird. All right. Maybe that's all Justin can tell us. Secrets. Okay. So I don't know. Again, I hate to blather on, but I just love the Minecraft sets. There's something about them. Yeah, that would be interesting, according to Kim, to know how the process the Lego idea sets. It certainly would be, because that would actually make a really good make a good live stream to get a bunch of AFOLs together and just to talk about their process and what they go through, and kind of like what their mind is and how they winnow everything down, and do they throw stuff up on a board and look at it, or put stuff on paper, or do they just have these things in their minds, or do their friends start giving it? That would be really cool. I think that would make a really cool, and I'm thinking from a classroom standpoint, but it would make a cool Zoom type of thing where you'd have boxes of people, and then you could have a moderator, and then that moderator would talk about, like, what's your process for going through this? I think that would be kind of cool, and that might be something I might try to coordinate and get together and see if anybody watches the video. We can do it. Make it not live, but do a production, kind of a backstage live stream. That would be kind of cool. And then edit it and everything and put it out on people's channels. It'd be kind of fun. Yeah, Kim, that's a great idea. And I'll definitely let you know if we do something like that, because you can be one of the boxes. Because ultimately, that's what we do, right? When we're starting to build stuff. I mean, that's what I did when I was building the tower. I'm sure, Kim, that's what you did too when you were doing yours. It's just, you just start thinking, okay, well, what do I need to accommodate this? What do I need to accommodate this apartment? What do I need to accommodate this set? How can I take this Minecraft set that's built by Lego and designed by Lego? How can I make it into my own mock? So that process is really cool. I would like to see Lego make a Lego Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles original movie set. That would be cool. So when they did the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, did they? I know I have the minifigs, but did they have sets? And I apologize for not knowing this, but that was in a time when I had little babies, and so as a I was just starting a family, and so that wasn't on my radar. Did they have sets? Hi, Kelly. It's nice to see you. Thank you very much on Instagram for showing up. We're live streaming on YouTube and Instagram, and I appreciate you coming. Thank you very much. And I apologize again. Instagram cuts off your name, so it's I have DrMcBrick. That's all I have. So nice to see you. Whatever the end of your name is, I apologize, but Instagram cuts it off there. On YouTube, let's see. Imperial Officer said yes, they did. They had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sets. Say that 10 times fast. Yeah, I forget. I forget which ones. I just bought the minifigures separately on Bricklink, so I didn't get the sets. So, like I said, that was in the time period when I just had little babies, and I wasn't in the Lego world for a couple of years until they were older. So yeah, Justin says they have sets too. Have I been working on my Minecraft world? Yes, I have, Pat. I've been working on it right now. I have a couple. I have the trading post. I have the warped forest. I have about 3 of these Illager raid sets, and so I'm going to take all of these, and then I'm going to take them apart, and then I'm going to build original builds and keep a couple things together and stuff like that, and put them together. You know me, if you've been following my channel or my Instagram page for that matter for a long time, you know that one of my shtick, the thing that I do is take Lego sets and modify them and embellish on them. Not necessarily, sometimes I'll take them completely apart and redo them. Sometimes I'll just add things to them to make them fit into a world, whether it's an amusement park, a city, or a Minecraft world. So yeah, so that's Minecraft will probably be kind of a hybrid. Sue, nice to see you. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming to Instagram. I'm also on YouTube right now. We're doing a simulcast, so thank you so much. Yeah, I would love to see some of your photos, Justin. Thank you. That would be great. Let's see. Just Imperial Officer over here says you could look at what sets they were from on Bricklink. Yeah, I'll look. I'll get on Bricklink, and I'll find out exactly what sets they were in. And find out and see what they are. I think it would be kind of a cool to add that to an amusement park, to add a couple of the Mutant Ninja Turtle sets in my kid land. And that's the other thing too. I still, having 5 kids, Lego, is a great kids toy, right? Kids love it. And so I when I build my amusement park, I want to make sure I always try to make sure that I think about the kiddies that are going to be playing, and taking my kids to the amusement parks when they were little, and even now still with my 10-year-old and 14-year-old. So the thing I love about, again, these Minecraft sets is they're great part packs. So even if you don't like Minecraft, I mean, where else are you going to get like this diversity of color, this diversity of parts? Tara, thank you so much for showing up, and thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Tara is over here on YouTube, and Lego Space, and that's where Cut Your Name Off. Sorry, you joined. Thank you very much for seeing you there. Let's see, Tara, you had a comment here. Where was it? It's up there somewhere. Oh, okay. Well, maybe. Okay. Well, somehow, I guess it. Let's see. Oh, okay. Well, somehow that disappeared. So maybe Oh, thank you so much for the 6,000. Thank you so much. I didn't get your last question. So if you ask it again because YouTube cut it off for some reason. Imperial Officer Microfighter X-Wing as a coin operated ride. That's a great idea. That's a really good idea. I have a bunch of those little kind of micro sets that I could do as coin operator rides. Obviously, the one I have is the rocket ship that was the gift with purchase. That's the one I use right now. Lego should be enjoyed by all ages. I agree. Lego should be enjoyed, and Lego is enjoyed by all ages. I mean, let's face it. That's why we're here. That's why I'm here. I'm here at 55. I'm enjoying it. List_paint. Thank you so much for showing up on Instagram. Good to see you. We're here on both YouTube and Instagram simulcast, and just enjoying the afternoon. Getting ready to have some lunch here in a little bit, and enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Oh, here you go. Yeah, Tara, I'm not sure why I cut you off. It showed me that you had a censored message. So anyway, what's my thought with Mills plates? Do you think they would have made a difference with your move? Yes. Yes. The Mills plates would have made a heck of a difference with my move. I'd have been able to take them apart. Honestly, I never thought that I would be moving. I loved my home where I was at. It was just the right size, just the right layout and everything. And I was planning on making my entire basement into Lego. But things happen. Mills plates would have been much better had I moved, because then I could have just taken them and put them down. The thing that I have about Mills plates, and I have nothing against them, nothing against anybody that uses them. And my friend Daryl and Bevan's Bricks over in his channel, he's got amazing tutorials on how to do Mills plates. He's got tons of tutorials on how to do Mills plates. And everybody seems to be moving to those. It makes sense because they're modular. It makes sense because you can just take a building, take a ride, take whatever and move it. I like that. But it's so intensive and it's so part intensive that I keep looking at people building Mills plates. And again, I don't mean this in a negative way, but I keep looking at all these Mills plates and I think I could use that money to buy parts for other things, or to buy sets, or to buy, so the amount of cash outlay that I would have to do now just to get all of my setup on Mills plates would be astronomical. Had I started from scratch, and if you start from scratch, this is the good thing about Mills plates, then your price is not that bad. But if you retrofit everything you own onto a Mills plate, the price becomes astronomical. And so that's why I keep thinking, I could take all that money and I could buy many more parts and I could have many more things in my city. And I'll just figure out a way. And there are other ways that you can hide wires and do all that kind of stuff as well. And so that's kind of where I'm at. Imperial Officer says he does not like Mills plates, period. Okay. All right. And Kim, yeah, I agree. If you start from scratch, and anybody who's watching this, anybody who's seeing this on Instagram, all that sort of thing. Mills plates, start with Mills plates. You'll be better off. If you have to retrofit everything, I hope you have a lot of cash. I agree, Imperial Officer. Lego does keep me sane as well. It keeps me sane. I'll get back to that in a second. Justin Littlejohn said the Matrix might be a good set. I think that would be a cool set. You could do a couple of things with that, and make similar to how they do the Marvel sets. I think they could do some of the Matrix stuff. I think that'd be great. You were talking about being sane, Imperial Officer. I agree with you. And there is a video that I have that's been like, I don't know, maybe 3 years ago, two years ago at least now, that I did, where I actually talk about coming up with this channel and starting this channel. Literally got me out of a depression, a clinical depression. And I won't go into that. I don't want to go into it, because it's past news history. I'm feeling, much, much better. I'm doing well. I'm very blessed in life. But yeah, I was in a clinical depression and literally, had to stop working for a little bit and do a few things. Building Lego got me out of it. So yeah, Lego is cathartic. Lego is good. Lego, any hobby, whether it's Lego, whether it's flowers, whether it's sewing, any hobby like that is good at getting you out of your funk. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. Brickmaster, nice to see you. Good to see you on Instagram. All right, we still have some Instagram folks over here. That's great. Doing that, and we have lots of folks here on YouTube. I appreciate everybody hanging out today. 30-minute lunch is almost over. That's okay, Imperial Officer. Thank you, and thank you so much, my friend, for the donation. Again, I forgot the donation button was down there, but it is. But thank you so much for your support in the donation today and everything, Imperial Officer 07. Take care, my friend. All right, so now we have a little bit of the building here for the Illager, and we're going to continue to build this. If I can find the right parts. I'm going to have to take off for lunch here too in a little bit, and stop blabbing so much and actually call this a day, but I'll wait for a little bit. Tara, not a lot of cash. I have the same thought process regarding allocation of Lego funds. My son and I are just starting to build our city, and we're going back and forth. Yeah, I think, Tara, if your son and you are starting to build a city, you could always do the Mills plate. You could do a version of the Mills plates that's not so intensive. I know a lot of people that do obviously the Mills plates that are official Mills plates have a ton of these in them. I don't know, there's like 20 or something inside each one of them. You could do it where you don't use as many and still have the stability and then still have the ability to put stuff under them in the modularity of it. But you know what? I would suggest, what's more fun is building the buildings and the whatever you want to build on top of the base plate. So whether it's a flat base plate, whether it's an actual plate, like this plate here, right? Or whatever, just start building. And, that's what I did, Tara, with my kids, my older kids who are adults now, my younger kids now, when they were little, it was just like, we just started building and just starting to have fun and not worrying so much about, what's going to be able to be moved, how we're going to be able to move stuff, we just built. And unfortunately, we ended up with a basement full of stuff. And when we did move, it was now all in bins and I have to rebuild every single thing because it was all just on base plates. But you might want to, instead of building mills, you may just want to make sure that that whatever you build is separate on each base plate. So if you're building a house and it spans 2 base plates, just make that house divided in 2. So when you put it together, you could use Technic pins or whatever. You put it together and it stays together as one, but all you have to do is pull it apart. So in other words, you don't have a technical Mills base plate, but each base plate has its own build on top of it. And so then you only have the base plates to pull away if you have to move or change them around, or you change, like if your son, gets a different bedroom or something like that, or you're moving him from the kitchen to the bedroom or whatever, that sort of thing. So that would be my idea. Let's see, Justin Littlejohn, my internet is cutting out. Thank you so much. It says I didn't get to hear what you said about suggestion on Lego Matrix set. I think the Lego Matrix set should be made like they made the Avengers sets, to where they could have certain scenes in the movies, certain buildings, certain areas that are built, maybe not full builds, but kind of the half builds and stuff. I think that would be really cool. I hope you got that one. I hope your internet was good there. Well, I'm glad you like that, Tara. Yeah, that's what I would recommend. Thank you. That's what I would recommend. Is just build per base plate. And when you need to put them together, you just buy the Technic brick with the 1 hole, the 2x1 with 1 hole, and you put that wherever you need to. You put 2 of those somewhere on the plate, and then you put 2 of those somewhere on the other plate that match, and you get that black Technic pin, put it between the 2, and then you just click all your base plates together. And that's basically the same thing, except for you don't have the ability to put stuff under it, but you can still have the ability to move it. So that modularity. So, all right, let's see. Okay. Yeah, I agree with Kim. Don't overcomplicate things. So many things in Lego are overcomplicated as it is, right, Kim? We don't need to be complicating everything. And that's the way I look at stuff. It's like, I like to, and I mean, and there are some things that I like to, I like to have some basis of reality in my builds. But at the same time, I'm also one of those people that's like, it's Lego. It's not real. So it's like if I don't have a bathroom, I don't have a bathroom in my apartment, right? But my minifigs don't ever have to go to the bathroom, so who cares? So yeah, it's one of those things, but if I can put one in, then yeah, I'm going to put it in because that's kind of cool. So yeah, I build like that too. I guess I don't know. I guess I'm just a laid I consider myself, maybe you all don't, but I just consider myself just a laid back Lego person. And I'm not saying that there's a lot of people who aren't. I think almost all Lego people are laid back. But I just consider myself, I'm not so worried about legal versus illegal builds. I'm not so much worried about, whether or not this is canon or not. Or that it's like I just build to have fun. And I think, Tara, when you're talking about building with your son, that to me is what's important. And that's how I started out, just building with my kids. My kids didn't care about canon for Star Wars or for anything else. They just wanted to build stuff, right? And so I kind of grew up, or kind of, that's kind of the way I did it. And so that's still the way I do it. Justin, my internet, your internet is, that's your old, sorry about that. You still have a simulcast going. This is pretty cool. Kim says, just focus on the main purpose of Lego, which is to have fun. You're right. That's the main purpose. Just enjoy it. And if it doesn't, and sometimes I have to admit, sometimes, I'm like, I got to do this. I got to do this. And there are people in my life, my family, whatever, other people, friends, good friends, who are like, dude, no, you don't. It's Lego. It's just a toy. Just have fun with it, right? Just enjoy it. And then I have to step back and go, that's right. That's right. I don't have to get so stressed out about it. It's fun. That's why I told somebody the other day, I said, what if I don't build Figsdale? What if I build something else? And they're like, if you want to, go ahead. Who cares? It's yours, And I'm like, yeah, but then nobody will watch on YouTube, And they're like, well, yeah, but if you enjoy it and you have fun with it, then what does it matter? So anyway, yeah, I think you're right, Kim. I know you're right, but yeah, it's just you just kind of have to enjoy yourself, and let the chips fall where they may. All right, now we're building a Lego tree, or a Minecraft tree that I somehow messed up on. Good job, Pat. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you like that comment. All right, we're going to cut let's see here. Focus on the main purpose of Lego. Yep, which is to have fun. That's right. Okay, I know how I got my tree wrong. I'm building it. There we go. There. For some reason, I love Lego trees. I mean, Minecraft Lego trees. They're just really cool. They're simple. They're, easy, that sort of thing. Build for yourself. We watch because we see the genuine joy. Well, thank you very much, Kim. Thank you. And I agree. Same with you, my friend. All right, let's see here. Put this on here. I just knocked off my. Okay. And the other thing I do too is when I am building, if I get frustrated, I stop building. Because what's the point? Now, I don't mean if I get like something falls off, I'm like, I can't figure this out or whatever. But there's a point at which you get so frustrated sometimes when you're building something, and that's not Lego. This is home projects, anything. And it's just like, what? It's best just to step away from it, right? And that's what I do. This is what I got so far. Looking pretty good. Pretty excited about it. It's only bag one. And according to DrMcBrick, it's 12:40 here on the East Coast. Or actually, I'm on the Gulf Coast. East Gulf, whatever. I don't know. Eastern Gulf Coast. All right, let's see here. Got to count. I love the fact that for somebody who really dislikes math, and obviously, being a professor, I have to know math, and I did enough math to get through grad school, but I'm not a real big fan of math. But Lego is all math when you think about it. And so every time my daughter talks about, why do I need math, and everything in school, I'm like, oh, remember that Lego kit you just built? It's all math. It all works out. I am missing something. Oh, there we go. All right. Hey, Thom, 1944. Nice. I wonder if you're who I think you are. And I can't see because it does not let me see. It doesn't on Instagram, it doesn't tell me really who, I mean, it just gives me your name. But if this is the Thom 1940, if this is you, who I'm thinking it is, I hope you're feeling much better. I hope you're feeling much better, sir. And I appreciate you being here. And if you're a totally different person, thank you for being here as well. That's great. That's wonderful. So anyway, so we're doing a live chat on YouTube and simultaneous on Instagram. Just kind of building some stuff here. Just talking, celebrating 6,100 people, subscribers here on Instagram. And I'm getting ready to build a Minecraft pig. So hold on a second. So yeah, we were just talking about Mills plates and building and keeping Lego and not getting too tense and upset and stressed out about Lego and everything. And just really just kind of chilling out, relaxing, and enjoying building. Because I'll tell you what, this Lego has saved my life on many occasions when I've been so frustrated in life or so down or whatever. It has really, really helped. And it's kept me sane. And I'm sure probably a lot of you out there agree with me that it's kept you sane as well. Let's see here. This is great. We have pretty decent chat going here on Facebook. I mean, not Facebook, on YouTube. And next time I'm going to do I'll do Facebook simultaneously too. That'll be fun. Then I'll be really schizophrenic because I'll have to go from each screen. All right. So look, Lego pig. Yeah. How about that? Cool. I wonder if it's going to be like a loot pig in Minecraft. Again, if anybody does watch this who is not in this stream and watches it later, if you're a gamer, look me up on the Xbox Live, DrMcBrick. And if you play Fallout 76 or GTA 5 or Red Dead Redemption Online, I would love to have you friend me, and I'd love to have some friends play with me because that'd be great. Anyway, Lego Man 345 joined. Thanks. It's good to see you. Nice to see you on Instagram. Thank you. We're doing a simultaneous cast here on YouTube as well. I'm having a pretty good conversation here. We were talking about Mills plates. We were talking about, Lego being good for the soul, and talking about, how Legos, even though adults, love Lego and it's for all ages. We can't forget that ultimately it's a toy and we shouldn't be that serious about it and just enjoy it for what it is, right? Just enjoy building and relaxing. And again, one of the reasons I buy these Minecraft sets is because they are so easy to get all these great colors. I mean, you don't get nougat plates in other sets. If you buy Minecraft sets, you get a lot of these colors. So let's see what else here. All right. Bausch, I wish I could pronounce your name right. Bausteinshin. And I apologize for botching your name. But thank you very much for that. Congratulations. Thank you. Across the pond. Are you in? We're at across the pond. I know you can only stay for a few minutes because it's time for dinner. But where are you? Are you in England? we're at in Europe across the pond. Which pond? East or west? All right, let's see here. Okay. Try to get this up like this. And let's see here. I'm going to be going to, it's not dinner time here, but it is almost, we've got about 15 more minutes of this stream. And then I'm going to call it quits because that'll be about a 2-hour stream. And that gets pretty crazy. But plus, I haven't had lunch either. I did have breakfast. So that way, kind of get me through the stream, so to speak. But yeah, I'm just kind of now trying to find the right pieces here. So, but I think Kim, you were talking. I think one of the things we'll do is we will do that. We'll do some sort of video. I'm happy to moderate it, and we can talk about the process that AFOLs go through as they determine what what they're going to build, how they're going to build it, and stuff. I think that would be a great. I think that would be a great video and help people out a lot as they look to build stuff. AFOL mock, and that's where we left off on Instagram with your name. Nice to see you, my friend. Good to see you there on Instagram. Thanks for coming and stopping by. Let's see, you're not in Brexit land. I like the winky face. I am in Austria. Oh, Austria, nice country. Very good. English speakers often have problems to pronounce the CH sound. Every time, great fun if you try. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I know. I have problems doing that. My wife actually, she has been there, and she actually used to live in London and traveled extensively across Europe. And so her pronunciations of things are much better in names and things than I am. I've been the only places I've been in the world are South Korea and stepped over into North Korea one time at the DMZ, and that was an experience. That's my claim to fame. And as Blockhead UK know, and as Kaz, you're still hanging out here in the chat. That's great. My family had planned a 3-week trip to Europe last year in May. And we were going to go and see everybody. I was going to meet Kaz, Blockhead. We were going to, meet it and meet a lot of AFOLs from all around Europe. And of course, we couldn't because of the pandemic. So anyway, at some point we're going to get back there. We're going to do the world tour because I'd like my family and me to be able to. Like I said, my wife has traveled extensively. My older kids have traveled extensively, but unfortunately, South Korea is Canada, but that's, in Puerto Rico, that's a U.S. territory. So South Korea is really the only, in Canada are the only two countries I've been to. And I know that's bad. I should be much more worldly travel, but I had an opportunity to teach in South Korea, which was really, really cool. And I guess North Korea too. I was there for a total of maybe 45 seconds. And then, the guard standing there kind of, looked at me like, okay, time to go back over that line. And I did, because I did not want to stay there. Anyway, let's see. So yeah, I followed the whole. I followed obviously the whole Brexit thing for years, and then of course knowing people, having friends, and knowing people who live in Brexit land, so to speak, as Kaz says. I know that it's an interesting situation in regards to that. Let's see. I'm a bean. Nice to see you. Thank you very much, Jimmy, for bricks. Nice to see you too. The Lego Den. Lots of people joining on Instagram. Thank you very much. Really hoping to get back to skate. Yeah, Mama's Bricks, the channel Mama's Bricks. She did a great job of of vlogging her experience, her and Zabadak, their experience. And I would encourage you to go to Mama's Bricks YouTube channel, and she vlogged that entire convention and experience, and it looked really cool. I would love to go there. Maybe at some point, a whole bunch of us can plan to like be there, and maybe I'll get a group of people from the U.S. And say, come on, we got to get going. Let's all pack up and go camping. So yeah. I hope you get back there, Cass. I hope I get there at some point. That would be cool. That would be cool. So once we get rid of this horrible plague that we have, we'll all of us AFOLs will once again be able to meet up around the world and to have fun. I always think about it's like for me, because I'm so far away and I know my buddies down in Australia, it's like our pilgrimage is to come to Denmark, right, and to go to Lego, and it's like that's kind of one of our dreams. All right, Lima Bean 79 and Jimmy for Bricks, the Lego Den. It's good to see everybody on Instagram. If you have questions and you watch this later, please, by all means, come back, write your questions down. I'll monitor this and stuff, and we can, I'll try to answer some questions and things like that. But I will be going. I'm going to get going here in about 5-6 minutes. It's been 2 hours. I've had a great time. This has been a great Saturday to talk to everybody and talk to all of you. Kim, let's see. You said when travel is much safer, I'd be traveling to see more Lego and meet more AFOLs for sure. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm the same way. I mean, hey, when travel's much safer, I'll be happy just to go to the store down the street. Just meet some stranger, down the street, sitting on the bench. That's all I care about right now, and but of course the AFOLs, obviously I want to meet folks. Steve Weiser, nice to meet you. Good afternoon. It says, I've been watching you for vids for a while. I'm also subscribed to Bevan's Bricks. Great. Yes, Bevan. Daryl is great. Daryl, he started out about the same time I did, and he just took off. He just took off in the stratosphere, and I'm really bummed because I lived a couple hours from him, and I had full intentions of going up to his Lego barn and hanging out and doing some streams with him and doing stuff. But then I moved to Florida. So, at the same time, I can look out and I can go into my pool this afternoon and go in my pool in December, and Daryl won't be able to do that. So so I'll tease him about that. But thank you very much, Steve Weiser. Weiser's actually, it's funny, Weiser's actually my wife's maiden name. Great last name you got there. And thanks for following me. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. So I am moving on with this. It's starting to get complicated here. Oh, you met him at a Lego store. Great. Yeah, he's a great guy. He's a wonderful guy. I really enjoyed talking with him. He and I have talked over the phone. We, just had a nice conversations. He's very genuine. I've always thought Daryl's been very genuine, and he's a super talent. That man can think of things that I and many others can't. He would definitely make a good Lego designer in terms of professional designer in terms of some of the stuff that he's done. Yeah. And I'm sure he's just as what am I doing here? Oh, he's just as competent working on planes as he is with Lego. And I would fly on any plane that Daryl worked on any day, because I would trust that. So yeah. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to cut off Instagram. I'll stay here on YouTube for a few minutes, but I will cut Instagram off. For Instagram, all the viewers on Instagram, thank you very much for hanging out with me. Appreciate it. And we will talk soon. This is Dr. McBrick signing out. All right. We got a lot of, let's see what I have to do here. Wow. This is going to be one heck of a What do I do here? Oh, share. Okay, there we go. This is going to be one heck of an Instagram post. All right. Anyway, so back to this. I met him at a Lego store. Okay, that's right. Yeah. Well, I'm hoping to get to some of the Lego stores here in town. I mean, not here in town because we don't have any in town. Hoping to get to some of the Lego stores around Florida. There's a couple in Miami, about an hour and 20 minutes or so for me. There's some in Orlando, which are 3 hours. There's one in Legoland, which is about 2.5 hours. But there aren't any stores where I'm at here on the Gulf. I'm bummed about that. I'm really bummed because there were 3 in the town I lived in before in Ohio. Three of them, 10 miles away from my house. Hey, I'm with you there in terms of visiting the UK. I have been wanting to go there for 30 years. And so I am really, really hoping that I can get there at some point. So yeah, maybe we could all hang out at a pub together. My wife talks about the pubs all the time. She's always talking about, and fish and chips and everything. She's always talking about all that stuff. So I got to get there. We all do. We all got to get there, except for Kaz. It's one Kaz. I got a question to ask you. Yes, fish and chips. And you know what? We actually had in Columbus. And see, this is the other thing. I moved down here, and I'm not dissing where I live now. It's great, but in Columbus, Ohio, where I used to live, we had 2 legitimate English pubs, and they were started and owned by legitimate folks from London who started these pubs, and they sold the what are they, the potato cakes or whatever. I think that's, or is that Irish? I think that might be Irish. But the fish and chips at one place, I've never had them. I mean, I've never had fish that amazing before. But anyway, yeah, I got to get there. I have to get there because we just don't have that type of food down here. We have a lot of cool food down here. Good Caribbean food, good Mexican food, good Cuban food, that sort of thing. So, Kim, it's 1 a.m. You need to get to bed, my friend. Yeah, have a great evening. Sweet dreams to you, my friend. And we'll see you later. So, what was I going to ask? This is a sign of my age. It's a sign of my age. Oh, my goodness. Well, okay then. That's okay. Talk to you soon, Kim. Take care. Well, you know what, Blockhead? Kaz, I am sure that I will think of it. And I will think yeah. So anyway, I'm going to get going. I am so, this is energizing. I should probably do this more on Saturdays and maybe at different hours when my friends from Australia can view this and things like that. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Please stay safe and healthy and help others to be safe and healthy and all that sort of good stuff. We'll get all through this, and we'll all meet sometime. Maybe we'll all meet at that pub, and then we'll just inundate Kaz with all of the folks coming to London for an AFAL weekend. I think that'd be fun. Tara, thank you so much. It's been nice talking with you, and I wish you and your son the best. And I'd love to see your build sometimes, and that sort of thing. And yeah, have love and happiness in your home as well. Thanks so much. Take care. And for those of you that are going to be watching this after the fact, please feel free to comment and like, subscribe if you haven't. This is Dr. McBrick. If I can find my mouse, I will hit the end stream button. But thanks a lot, folks. This is Dr. McBrick signing out.